Hey, welcome back. I was out of the running for 2 weeks. I first went to London for a fun poker trip and football trip, and it was really successful. But when I came back in Italy to go back to my online work, I got sick. Maybe I got COVID, something like that. It seems like COVID symptoms. And this is actually the first day I'm back at work, and I wanted to upload another video, but I decided to do it a little bit different this time with a theory video, although theory slash practical video, because I do think poker is all about improving your systems, basically your daily systems, to maximize your outcome, whether it's money, partly money, your happiness levels, and everything combined, so that you can live your best life, basically. But I called this Simple Systems for Online Cash. And today I wanted to discuss how to approach a playing session. So this is mainly about the execution, and on today's menu, I do a short part about the preparation, not about the full warm-up. I think a warm-up is very important, but I can do that in another video. Then the performance mindset, both a learning mindset or a growth mindset, how you want to call it, and a business mindset. These are the two main mindsets you want to develop. A practical performance checklist for during play, basically to keep you in the right mindset. And then afterwards, your session review, to close your feedback loop, basically. So let's just dive straight in. I hope I can also keep this video under 15 minutes, because these are like pretty difficult topics, boring topics. But yeah, if you want to improve in poker, you better find a system for this. So preparation, the session goals. So we do not discuss the entire poker warm-up today, although this is very important too. I already said that, but I want you to think about how do you approach your poker session now, and what you can improve in that regard. Like in the past, I often just started the PC when I felt like playing poker, and I was totally impatient, and I did not even write down a specific goal. So my first question is, do you even measure your performance? Because when you do not measure your performance, then you have basically you create a negative feedback loop. You start playing, you wonder if you prepared yourself optimally, then during playing you're not entirely focused on the right spots, then maybe you play until you get annoyed, and then you maybe lose a few buy-ins, and you keep wondering if you did everything right. Maybe you get more ignorant and you don't care about the results anymore or how you perform. It's basically a very unprofessional approach to poker, and I assure you that 80% of poker players is unaware of this. Maybe you drink even beer with some snacks on a nice Saturday night. That's not us, because it's not good, basically. So how do we want to prepare ourselves? By creating a positive feedback loop. So you want to overcome your challenges easily. You want to be confident in what your goal is today. You're learning, you're curious, and at the end of the session, you're happy, you were productive, and you look forward to the next session, basically. So therefore, I'd like you to define your session beforehand as part of your preparation. So the first question is, what is your learning goal today? And let's say in your bigger learning scheme, you're learning at the moment tree betting. So in this session, you will write down, as an example, I will find plus EV spots to 3-bet bluff from the big blind. Maybe you found a stat that in the big blind that you don't 3-bet enough. So this is like something you can check and create a learning goal afterwards, basically. Another thing is, what I think is very important is to exactly define your entire session. So what limit will you play today? How many tables do you play? Do you have specific table selection criteria? Like me, I always put down, I only want to play with 2 wheels, 40 V pips. And how many hands do I play today or during this session? So these things I write down. It's very simple. Playing poker is a high performance event after all, and it requires deeper focus than other activities. So being very specific and with specific intentions set you up for success, basically. And this will only cost you 5 minutes, and your output. So this 5-minute input will increase your output a lot, in my opinion. So yeah, try this as to implement as a first step, and then now we're going to the performance mindset. And I was talking about 2 different mindsets: the learning mindset, or also called as the growth mindset, and then the business mindset. So I will discuss them both. I already told you, goal setting puts you in a learning mindset instead of being judgmental. Oh, I lost again, blah blah blah. Oh, this opponent 3-bets me again. Like, these are not very good mindsets to have during a session. You basically want to be in a state of play. Oh, this dude 3-bets me a lot, so how can I counterattack that? So where you enjoy basically coming up with plus EV strategies, and most of your strategies you're already, if you're a learner, you already have a lot of strategies in your subconscious that will, if you're in your play state of mind, intuition zone, whatever you want to call it, you come up with these solutions on the fly. So main questions during the session, you can ask yourself, based on your learning mindset: am I still focused on my learning goal? Do I understand the spot? And if I do not understand the spot, do I tag the hand? Do I understand how my opponent thinks, and how can I adjust to that? And therefore you want to create notes during your session. I think the Uri Peller course, he has a really cool note system. And then, am I still in a performance mindset? And therefore we can check the performance checklist afterwards. But first I want to go to the other part of poker, because poker is our job. So in the end we need to make money, and this is a serious job. And a lot of small decisions can add up in the end. If you're just rag battling, you're not going to make the money, and the rake will eat you away. So where do you focus on in terms of making money? Do you even understand where your money is coming from? Are your tables profitable? Who's your target? Yeah, these are very important questions. And if you play 6 tables and 4 of them are unprofitable, it eats away on your win rate. So the business mindset and being good for yourself, being good for your hourly, optimizing this part is also very important. So these are the two main mindsets to develop during playing for long-term success in poker. Performance checklist, and I got this idea from Elliot Rowe, so I should give Elliot Rowe some credits. I think in general, I look a lot in the industry and I think, oh, these systems are good. This system is not so good. Oh, this system I can improve, and then I'll check what systems I have, and then I'm gonna find basically an optimal system for myself, what I believe in. And the performance checklist helps me a lot during play, because sometimes you're on autopilot, you're unconsciously on tilt, and you basically forget about your performance mindset, basically. So implementing a performance checklist, let's say every 20 minutes or every half an hour, if you play longer, will help you a lot. And you can just write down 10 of these questions on your performance checklist, and then it will cost you 30 seconds to figure out in what state of mind you currently are. Yeah, I can list them all here, but what's your current level of focus? Is it high or low? What's your current level of energy? Are you playing on autopilot? Do you currently play your A, B, or C game? How is your self-talk? How do you feel? How do you want to feel? Do you still use your randomizer in close spots? Because sometimes I forget to use the randomizer and I just click the call button or the fold button if I feel like this dude is never bluffing, which of course is not rational. Are you still focused on your learning goals? Am I still taking notes? Am I still tagging hands? So these are all like questions you can ask yourself during your game. And then you have to decide if you want to continue playing or take a break. Maybe you need to drink something, maybe you need to eat something, maybe you just need to walk out of your office and take a 10 minutes break, and then you can continue playing. So I love this performance checklist, basically. Then after your session, you want to do a session review. So I was talking about the feedback loop before, and by reviewing our session, we create a so-called feedback loop, and this will help us mentally close the session. And this is the bridge between performance and recovery phase. And the Zeigarnik effect, I think Elliot Rowe was talking about this, is the mind's tendency to remember uncompleted tasks over completed tasks. And maybe you know this from personal experience, but sometimes I go to bed, I did not do a session review, and I'm laying in bed and I'm fucking hell, man, that kings. What did I do wrong? And I did not mentally close down the session, basically. And this is because the mind prefers to think about open loops instead of closed loops. So I'm still wandering in my bed. I lose the sleep. And if you do not intentionally mentally close the session didn't end. And the worst part of it is that the next day you still didn't close the session. You play a new session, and you still have this uncertainty of these of these spots of the last session in your subconscious mind, which will lead to extra tilt in the future. So this is the most important thing why we do session reviews, so you can have closure of the session basically. And how do we do this then? So by just talking honestly with yourself about the session. So what happened during the session, and you do not have to judge yourself like this went bad or this went bad, but no, just okay, I could I three-betted here and I was not sure about this play or whatever. Did you accomplish your pre-session goals? If not, why? Take a look at your intentions. So we set goals pre-session. So afterwards we check if we really focus on those things and what went well and what roadblocks did you encounter, and what can you do to address those roadblocks in the future. And then afterwards, if you tagged your hands, you can study basically and analyze what you did wrong. Prepare for the next session basically. And the last part is detaching yourself from the session. So if you remove yourself from the office and change the environment, like I mostly go for a walk with my dog in nature, and immediately if I had frustrations, the frustrations will lower. But any activity, mindless, enjoyable, is good. Meditation, of course, but also just hang out with your friends. Just focus on something else for 10-20 minutes, and then when you do this, your session is basically finished, and you can move on basically. So I want to thank you for watching this short video about how to approach a poker session. Basically, I can quickly summarize. So prepare yourself good, focus on the two performance mindsets, learning mindset and a business mindset. Do the performance checklists during your sessions, and then after your sessions do a session review to close your session basically. Okay, thank you very much. If you like this video, please subscribe, share it with your friends. Okay, bye bye.